Alright, so if you're like me, you've got one of these, sorry about that, you've got one of these Boss Plow paddles. Doesn't matter if you've got a power V or not, but see, I've got a little bit of a problem. My diaphragm is torn, and so I've already taken mine apart. By the way, quick tip for Boss Plow owners: take this screw out, this screw out. Oop, that wasn't meant to come off yet. Leave these two in, and you can put this wherever you want it. Okay, power switch is over here. All aside. Now what we're after is they've got it hot glued in here, and work this pad off of there. Put a button and another button and this 2-position momentary switch. They're all these are momentary, and this will allow me to go connect these two here and the opposite two here. The ground won't be bridged, so that if there's any silly grounding going on in here, it won't be messed with. All 4 of these will act just like four of these contacts being closed on this. However, first I'm going to take a business card, slip it under here, take a small screwdriver and pry each of these 4 up. I'm going to do that off camera. It's liable to take a good long time. Okay, here's what you're greeted with. Didn't take as long as I thought. I've already marked this up and top. Didn't want to lose orientation on here. Now, these are little carbon coated traces. I'm not even touching it right now. What I'm going to do is solder wire to each side of that and then run that to the switch. I'm not sure if I'm going to do up down on this or up down on these and leave this for right left. Still decision to be made. I have, however, created this guy, which, using the old diaphragm, will sit above the circuit board and give me the ability to mount my switches on the old paddle. Okay. I'm not exactly the most confident individual when it comes to this one. I know what has to be done. I don't want to have to do it. I have to scrape some coating off of each connection that I want to make. And with real downers, I've only got one down and one up. One up and one down to work with. If I screw it up, say if I were a dumbass and scratched way over here first, without being sure of my technique, I could easily wind up cutting off all of my ability to contact here and wind up having to go somewhere along the trays, which somewhere out here would be a better spot if I've screwed up here. I want to go here. Ooh, I almost fucked up and nailed my board with a knife. Now, figure out exactly. We'll start down here. Okay, it looks like these are just bare, so there's some silvery looking rails on the end of this kind of distribution of sorts. Those do appear to be mostly bare and fairly easy to scrape. Okay, I know I'm off center here. Brand new soldering tip, and the solder is way too huge for the job. Just inspecting this off camera here. I think that took. Trying not to over solder here. I think I'm doing it. These traces are tiny. Well, I'll do the rest off camera. We'll see what happens. Okay, time to test. I think I've got it. Okay, none of the buttons are shorted and they all appear to have full contact. So now to continue wiring. Okay, I lied. I have to make this up first. I drill here, and drill here. I'll have one button here. I'll have the rocker switch up and down here, and a button here. And this will be sitting on top of the circuit board using this as a gasket and then some of this foam as a little more padding. Okay, I have the center controls hooked up to this switch here. I have the left and the right. Now this piece of rubber from the original gasket, or the original diaphragm, is going to be a gasket keeping the circuit board and the steel from touching each other. It's all got to go in at once though. One side, and test fit the right side. There's a jam somewhere here. Something's jammed. That's gonna be a nice control though. This is the top. This will be up and down, this will be left, this will be right. Alrighty. Here's the reassembled Boss Plow control paddle. It looks a little awkward for the right hand. Did have to make it a little taller. However, this hangs on a hook on my dash when I'm using it. So, we're set. Last thing to do is plug it in, try it out. And I'll try to make sure I've got the camera with me for that too. Okay. Got my nice new plow paddle here hanging on its hook. Fire the truck up and see if she works. This cold weather, she starts a little slow. I've got a small fuel issue. The fuel spider in here needs to be changed. And switch is on. Lights are on. Yeah. We're good.